to assassinate the backline, find picks onto a player like this Ezreal, onto Elk, maybe even onto Knight as well. And if you are BLG, it's all up to the backline carries. If they can stay alive, so it might actually not go for that full commitment. As oh my goodness, it's gonna be Knight just picking up first blood, and the minions might not take him down either. He shoves them away with his W, and will survive with a kill in his hand for JDG. But BLG know this. They want to actually start the aggression this time onto the Ornn, who still does not have that ulti for the next couple of seconds. The dragon goes down, but it's going to come at the cost of the Ornn falling as Knight makes it 2-0 BLG.
Yeah, really solid stuff, and great tanking from On as well on that top side, using the Unbreakable to block some of the damage. Now Jun here, level 6 versus Bin.
That ball breaker, here comes the curtain call as well. Cease and desist, everything thrown here at the Rumble, and it will result in that trade being executed. So JDG able to get one back, and it's on. Not really, we didn't even get to go siege.
Jun?
Okay, here comes the trade on the bottom side as looks like Jun actually takes down Bin on the top side of things. We're still looking at this bot lane play though. As Alla pops the Call to Forge God. Knight has no mana, and Alla whiffs the R button. And that's going to be disaster here for JDG as 2 more kills go onto the Talia. The ultimate is coming out from Scout, and they can go right back to the scene of the crime here. JDG on to Bin once again, who's going to end this skirmish 0-3-0. The beat strength being collected by BLG. But as I say that, JDG still in a position to try to take over this game as Knight the 4-0 Talia will go down. The Scout finds the mark and forces Beishuan to go and flash away. He's now stuck in a really bad position as Jun's going to pin a kill number 4. Well. And now on the bot side of things, it's been getting targeted. JD Gaming winning on both sides of the map.
And just destroying BLG with no response at all. Knight gets taken down, Beishuan unable to do anything. They look at the bot side, Bin's getting collapsed on for the 4th time this game. And what's Elk and On doing? They didn't take the turret mid lane, they weren't really able to push anything out.
Which lock yourselves automatic bursts into the postseason. You see that dragon now spawning up, and it looks like BLG want to start the fight. They land the Glacier Prison only on the Shun though, and Missing goes in to try to stall things out. Shun looking for Elk, but he's able to arcane shift away. The Searing Charge finds 2, and JDG and Scout are looking to pop off here. The Equalizer comes over the top, all unable to find anything as it gets blocked by the Unbreakable of On, but it's still going to be Beishuan in a terrible position, and BLG on the run as the dragon will go JDG's way.
From previous years going head to head, they've not found that same success this year, but they need to here.
The Otacon has been started by JD. Remember, they take it slow. However, it's at 4,000 health, and Beishuan's already at 40% HP. Going to be very tough for him to get in the pit and try to pick up a steal. Unbreakable will already pop by Missing as he's buying a lot of space. The Otacon going over to JDG, and now they can begin the fight in earnest. The Equalizer is going to force Pays and the rest of JDG on out as the Weaver's Wall comes through from Knight, but it's not enough damage to take down anybody just yet. Missing at 100 HP, he's going to live as the sacrifice will be Alla, but the price that they'll pay is the Otacon going over to JD Gaming.
It's going to take a few people to try and knock this down. They don't have a mid-wave to work with. In fact, they're losing one. Now they're losing Beishuan.
Wow, Shun, that was blind, by the way, into the Tri-Brush, and it allows for Beishuan to go down. Now Pays, with that 4th shot, gets hit up with the block of On.
Scout just, charged with the ulti and tried to find any of the frontliners there because he is so strong.
Oh, there they go by Ari immediately onto Elk, and the Ezreal is down for the count. 2-man pull from Missing as it finds Knight. The Equalizer comes out though, and it's a big shutdown that finds Shun. It is Beishuan to pick up the 1K and put it in his back pocket, but the rest of the fight is going to go JD Gaming's way. Scout and Pays pop off, and it's Bin and Knight still on the run. Seismic shove finds onto Missing, but the curtain call has been opened up. Weaver's Wall will be able to get Knight away after popping the Seraph Shield, and JDG are going to pick up this mid-tier.
Picking his movements themselves.
Oh,
found it again.
Elk for the 2nd time, and that flash is still off of cooldown, baby. Another Searing Charge does connect here, as it looks like the rest of JDG could be in some trouble. The Seismic Shove lands on the Shun. Alla finally arriving, knocking up 1. Bin is very low, but Knight is still full HP until he gets hit up by the Ornn Horn, and JDG now going to try to finish off this fight. Deadly Flourish dodges away from Knight's doing his damnedest to try to save this game. But JDG have already picked up 3 members. They're looking for another one. Pays flashes forward. The 4th shot is going to be able to do it. And they will be able to take down all but On.
Down a level on Pays. On careful. Everybody down. Missing.
Now here comes Missing. The better support play is a two-man knockup so far. The equalizer coming out and separating a little bit here for JDG, but Beishwan is getting targeted, and Scouts force the Spirit Rush away. Here comes that curtain call. Pays has the opportunity to do a lot of damage. Who is that 4-shot going to find? Not anybody here, as Shun's now going to go down, and Oak still has the opportunity to dash forward. Finally using that a flash, and it's going to be used to try to burn down JD Gaming. Knight goes through the Weaver's wall. Scout and LR very low.
Look at Pays
doing his best. He finds the 4-shot on Elk, and it's going to allow for Knight to get the kill too. Pays finding everyone on Bilibili, and only On will survive, as the Baron could be on the menu.
Take him out of this fight as well. They're fighting on live.
Unbelievable play by the backline carries, and we just gotta go into another team fight here as Beishwan has gotten stunned up. He's using the audacious charge forward, and the Dragon is being tagged now. JDG can claim themselves the Infernal Soul if they land the final hit onto the Drake. Call the Forge God going to be used. It finds both the backline carries and Scouts on the backline. We're gonna try to finish off this team fight. Searing Charge as connected on the Knight. The flash forward from Scout, and there comes the curtain call, baby. It's JD Gaming getting the soul, getting the fight. They're looking on to Elk. The season assist combined with the Deadly Flourish will find it, and that'll do it. JDG are going to march into the base and take game one over Bilibili.
And it took them 30 minutes to do it, Grapes. It took them 2 solid team fights and 3 crucial picks onto Elk. But they find game number 1. The Drake Soul at their backs. Game 1 goes to JDG.
And on the back of it, the biggest player here, 10, 0, and 10. For Pays' Jin, as that was a 10 out of 10. A masterpiece here for one of the best players we have in the LPL. It's JDG up. Full engaged dive composition, and I feel like overall that is playing exactly into BLG's hand.
Yeah, like they've picked 4 divers here. I mean, 5 divers, and he doesn't want to play defensive. 5 divers versus Renata, Victor.
It's a 1.5v1, but right now that is good odds for the Yorick, as now in the mid lane, it is Knight going too far, and putting himself in some danger, as Knight doesn't have a lot of
Scout's
items,
got
but
flash.
Still has some base damages. But Knight, remember, is flashless, and there goes Shun, there goes Tibbers, and that's another kill picked up for the JDG jungler.
And it's just so disappointing
that once Shun dashes in, it's just too much DPS from Bin to make anything happen. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow forces Missing to use the repel, but now he's getting flashed upon. Handshake, how you doing, man? As there goes the hostile takeover, and Missing is taken down, and Bin collects the gold. They're looking for Allah as he's forced to flash away, and Shun is now trying to clear out this wave to make sure he cannot get dove.
And that is what we're after. The second BLG start to play together. They make these fights look easy. Jun now going to die. There's a TP in.
Yeah, the Impale already used. It's on to the Pantheon in a 1v4 situation. Not going to go well, as Bin gets kill number 2 for himself, as the mid laner's dueling it out a little bit. Scout flashes in. Oh, he finds the combo as Knight dies for the 3rd time this game.
Maybe the Herald is going to be that window where JDG looks to find it. Malignance even picked up for Scout. Hayes still not with that Blade of the Ruin King just yet, so not going to be popping off in these team fights just yet. Jun caught in the cage.
Yeah, and there goes a 2-man Impale. Everybody caught in the crowd control chamber as the hostile takeover goes on to Missing, and Bin will smite him down with a shovel. It's a double kill picked up for the Yorick.
To be honest, just ulting like that.
Gonna result in JDG getting a dragon potentially here, as there goes a Cocoon. They've found the pick onto On, but it's just onto the support. They send Missing forward, and it forces Elk to flash away, but now the volleys can't come through, and the kiting can start to be used in response. Bin coming in with the TP, or just running into this dragon pit, is gonna get stunned up and taken down by Shun. JD Gaming somehow able to secure themselves the dragon and a fight.
And this is what we were saying, that this is their time to do it, right? They're on such a fine window. Really impressive. Elk actually getting a good flash over the wall is also very important. And look at live, though.
Oh, that is just Elk going down. Remember, he used his flash in the last fight. Shun forcing On to flash away. And now BLG could be in some trouble. Bin has to flash out. There goes Scout with the Incinerate. This bailout is not going to be able to save the Yorick, as Alla goes for the flash.
That's
it's 3 more kills for JDG.
And Knight now, the one standing under this turret. Beishwan still there, still lurking to try and help him out, but Allah's on a flank. Scout's on another.
Scout finds the Tibbers. It's on the Knight. That's another one. It's going to be an ace. picked up for Bilibili, or onto Bilibili.
A 5-4-0, and JDG come alive off of one Drake fight. They turn the entire game back around.
If you're BLG, you want to try to stall this game out as long as possible, but if this Otacon goes over, it might be a deficit that could be pretty hard to come back from, and it already is at this point. They're going to try to lock down Ala, as here comes the Grand Starfall. The hostile takeover is big. Ala goes down, and the shutdown goes the way of the victor. A two-man impale, but Pays is still going to survive, but finally gets taken down by Elk as he gets saved by the bailout. Scout is down, and somehow BLG answer right back. They'll get themselves an ace, and the Uni-Reverse card will find a quadra kill in the night.
And the victor, who's been destroyed this entire game, put in the dirt. 0-4-2 before this fight, tears JDG to shreds. A complete switch up from the fights previously.
Is barely able to survive his Elk. That bailout buying so much time, allowing Elk to do so much damage on the Ashe as well.
BLG won, and that Beitwan has been able to fight over this red buff could happen though. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Take a look at Shun. He might have dove way too far here. He's forced to flash away. The hostile takeover. It finds 4 people. That bought so much time. Though. But now all in the back line. They find a 4-man knockup with a Fate's Call. And missing might have just helped BLG
bail out.
Go meet their
Elk's dead.
It's 3 for nothing. Back and forth we go. Get on the seesaw, baby. This is the LPL. Ala finds the stunner tonight. He's forced to go golden, but he will die all the same. It is Baron picked up for JDG. For 90 seconds longer, they can find it onto On. They land the stun. They land the Timbers. It's Scout that finds it, and the support for BLG is down for the count.
And now they've got no disengage tools, right? That Impale can do a good job at keeping people at bay.
Over the wall for the 2-man stun. Here comes the Grand Starfall. They're going onto the back line. They find the Impale, and it will be the Pantheon getting shut down as Elk picks up a big chunk of cash.
Power that this Scout has, he can give a pretty big shield over to the Callista. They turn around, they find Soul Point. Grapes, if you ask JDG what they wanted from this Baron, they'd have said the game. See this, and now they know that they're routed.
This team composition is meant to disengage, but they're going to have a tough task at doing that as here comes the solo laners. There's a nice counter strike from Ala, but everybody on BLG still alive. Bail's onto Elk, but he will go down. The hostile takeover finds 3, but it's nobody on BLG that can do any significant damage. On will go down. Beishwan's already fallen. It is just Knight standing. He teleports back to the base, and that is exactly where JDG intend to head. Eventually ending here, as it is Pays missing and Ala hitting onto this bot lane inhibitor. There's 10 seconds on the top side, 5 seconds on Elk. So the BM was just to buy some time to make sure Knight could not rotate down. So it's only 1 inhibitor taken off of that play, and they used a lot of teleports to use a lot of resources for it.
He can do in that situation. A handshake earlier might have been a debtor. Ala again.
Ala again looking for Elk as the Ashe is already at half HP. A lot of trouble. Hostile takeover. It doesn't find the Jax. And there goes Ala onto the back line. Grand Starfall coming in as BLG are cut off in their own jungle. It's going to be Beishwan stunned up as he's fighting a 3v1 that he certainly does not win. Ala somehow still alive, but he gets shut down as it's the victor to pick up the kill. Knight flashing over the wall. Somehow BLG still has some life, but here comes Pays. Pays gets himself another, but Pays will go down tonight. What a game this has been. It has been who's going to try to pick up the ace. Shot on the Pantheon will not have his Guardian Angel pop. The Comet Spear not finding the crit. What a game. It is just a 1-man army that is standing for both JDG and Bilibili. With BLG starting this dragon up first. Remember, you saw how low those health bars were. A Chemtech Soul would be absolutely massive if you're JDG, but Shun is getting singled out right now, and there comes a ton of damage onto the back line. Knight has fully scaled up here, but here comes Ala. He gets handshaked away. On doesn't find the stun, but the Fate's Call comes through. There comes all the damage that JDG need. Elk is going to die. Beishwan is dead as well. Knight's able to find something, but now it's been stuck in a 1v3. Can the Yorick find a miracle play to save the game for BLG? Absolutely not. 4 strong are JDG with an ace picked up. They're going to march into the mid lane and give BLG their first slots in the second round robin of the LPL.
A second teleport from Ala to put BLG in the dirt. Pay stands strong and JDG take the series.
3 straight series here for JD Gaming. They are peaking at absolutely the right time as the win streak is over. The honeymoon is over. JD Gaming get the 2-0 over BLG.